Hi everyone, it's Raziel Kane. I'm back with my second anniversary video, and I'm alone right now, but I swear people told me they were going to be here, so we're going to start with that. So now let me just set up. I have a couple people already in the chat. I wish that. Okay, hold on. Just going to maximize this. All right, this is very unprofessional to start with, but we have. Thanks, Ben. Always a pleasure to see you around. MC DJ, my lovely wife, Catherine, and David. And I think all of you went to see. Is it working? Yeah, I've highlighted the comment with the video to go where you want to go to watch my Michael Bell 2.0 video, voice actor spotlight, because basically once a year I take one video that either I found new information or I have to make a correction, and then I just work on it really hard to be able to get the editing better and a better soundtrack. And I just edit it once a year, make sure that I get my skills going. Make sure that I'm learning from all my editing every week, and try to apply new stuff, new transition, and everything. But today, yeah, it's 2 years. Well, actually, it's Tuesday. Tuesday, I have my official 2 years, but I have a Dungeons and Dragon games on Tuesday with my friends, and I really don't want to miss that. So I said, I'll do it on Sunday. So, and last year I had a lot of fun doing my anniversary stream. I had Patriot Prime on. Uh, you know, you might know this logo. I had Patriot Prime, and also Rodimus Primal showed up. I think Input and Memo was there. Memo can't be here tonight, unfortunately. So that's a shame. And then I have a couple other people that are lined up to show up. Kato is doing a stream right now, so shameless plug. Oh, hey man, Chris. Thanks for showing up, Chris. Make sure that you commented on my Michael Bell video, Skywarp is Cyclonus. And that's my dad. Hey, Dad. Thanks for showing up. And my sister would be here, but she's asleep right now, apparently. That's what she told us. So let me just pull the figure out. There it is. So this is going to be the prize for tonight. Cyclonus and Nightstick. And it's basically the toy color version of the Kingdom mold. So, can't wait to do that draw. So, as I said, you go into the well, here it is. I'm going to show it again. You go to that video. I hope it's clickable. It's in the pinned comment up top of the comment section. Sorry, and you can put in the Skywarp is Cyclonus comment, and eventually I'll do the draw when there's a couple more people here. And so far there hasn't been a lot of entry, so for now everybody's got a decent chance at doing this. So good luck, everybody. And I think most of you are in the chat here. My girlfriend wanted to enter the giveaway, but I said I probably would get rocks thrown at me if she won, because then that'd be rigged, right? So I'm gonna just set this aside, make sure everything's good. So how's the chat doing? All right, thank you, Chris. Thanks for clarifying. And yes, David, you have a chance. So there you go. Kissing help you win. No, if you try to kiss me, you're disqualified. I'm just letting you know, David. So yeah. So how is everybody? How's your 2023 so far? I usually have people to talk to here, but input is at a with his in-law, so he's gonna try to come in later. And Kato is streaming right now, and I think Deluxe might show up as well. Not sure yet. So yeah, should stop kissing the screen right now. Okay. Kato one on Deluxe giveaway. Okay, MCDJ. I ended up with the figure from Deluxe's giveaway. So basically, Kato won, and he already had it. He didn't want it. So I'll confirm with Kato. I don't know if he told just send it to Raz or just redraw or just Deluxe just decided to send it to me. So I have Crankcase and I have the Drift Samurai. So thanks. Hey, hello, Dragon. Thanks for showing up, man. It's always good to see you. And then what's Ben up to? I'm good, man. Did you deal with the cold? Yes, -40. So we had -40 Celsius, which I think it's the same cold as Fahrenheit or close enough. And that was 2 days ago. Yesterday, it climbed up to -20 Celsius, 21, 20, 22. And then today it was like 1. So it was warm. So yeah, we had within 2 days we upgraded by 40 degrees. It's crazy. Mother Nature is drunk. Been saying it for years. You recently moved. So Chris, you're in. Is it Malaysia or Bulgaria? I can never remember. So you moved down and now you have snow. So you were lucky before. No, right now, Lone Dragon. I just want to. I have all this thing going, and I'm just waiting for. I don't want to have to kick anybody out later. So nothing personal. So yeah. So did you guys watch the Michael Bell video? Let's go check if there's any comment on it. Dude, I thought you were out of collecting. I really thought you were. You had to stop, but good you got J-Axis. I don't have him. I hear he's a great mold. You lived in Alaska for 3 years. Was it for work or I don't know your parents or? Let's go see on YouTube if I can find my Michael Bell. I just want to see if I have more entries. Because something I noticed with YouTube when I started doing the giveaway, the first comment shows up, but not the following ones. Like usually you get a notification for every comment that's written, and it's not. It usually like every time you get like 15 comments, you get 15 notification, unless you change the settings, of course. But then it didn't. It didn't show. I have so far, including myself, which I think I'll just delete the comment now. I just wanted to show the proper way. So I have 5 entries. So good luck, everybody. Thank you, Ben. There you go. No, show. Yeah, my setup is pretty bad right now. Okay. Thanks for. I tried to do Michael Bell some honors. I really like the guy. Voice Raziel, which is always a good thing. You want to enter this just to give it to me, but no, I don't have any of the Tformers movies. So not for fun. Okay. Wow, 3 years in Alaska for work. That must have been, well, I hope a good experience. Okay, Mercenary of the Mercenary Terror. Are you also the Terror of Titano, or is it your 2 different accounts? It's the first time I see Mercenary Terror in the chat. Okay, so you're from Bulgaria. Okay, cool. So now you have snow. Well, that's cool. So yeah. Okay, might as well tell you what I'm planning to do with the channel. I want to do basically in collaboration with TF Reviewer. So that's Anthony from HNE Games and hashtag something.com or .net or whatever. We're he's working on a project to have like multiple Transformer reviewer doing different. Oh, look at my first legend, everybody. This is the creme de la creme, Alex Baldwin.
Man, shut up.
Now, come on, man, you are.
I know.
I
Come
mean,
on now.
everybody would want to hang out with you, have a coffee,
No, they
you
would.
know.
Nobody wants to hang out with me. You can look at my views and all my stuff. You can tell nobody wants to hang out with me.
Yeah. Well,
Come
I
on
mean,
now.
if you know,
Am I the only
you
one out here? Where's everybody at? Razio?
well, Cato is still probably, I don't know. I think he was just getting some
Yeah,
supper before,
he's
but he
still
just
doing his
finished
thing.
streaming with Enutabi. I sent. I don't know if Enutabi. I have a cancellation, so I asked Enutabi if he wanted to join, but I haven't seen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think he
they're still
replied.
live. They're still
So
live right
yeah,
now doing. I think they're almost done. I think.
yeah,
Well, congratulations. You said was it 2 years?
yeah.
Man,
2 years
it's only been two
anniversary.
years, man.
Yeah,
I feel like it's been longer.
it's well, I've been collecting 3 years, but I've been chatting for like five,
Yeah,
with everybody.
yeah. Hey,
So,
everybody. Thank y'all. Everybody. I hope everybody's having a great weekend or
oh,
rest of the
Anthony's
weekend.
here. Anthony, I have an idea for my participation in the your new project. So I'll let you know on Discord. But basically, all right, you change your name. There you go. Terror. So you were Terror of Titano. All right. People change handle once in a while, So,
Yeah, they do.
oh, my girlfriend says hello, Deluxe. You know,
Hey,
couldn't resist. She's my. I love this woman. All this here is because she allows me to do it. So.
I don't. My wife don't allow me. I do it.
Oh, Rodimus here. Okay, stop and say hi. It's my wife's birthday, so we're about to go for her birthday cake. All right. So, well, if you're back before I'm done, just follow the link I sent you. But thanks for stopping by, man. It means a lot. It's all because of you. I started to find this community. So, and it really did. I mean, my first experience with the Transformer YouTube community was me cleaning my bathroom and listening to one of his videos. That's the first thing. And then, well, eventually I found Kato and PPR. And then because of Kato, I found you because he kept talking about you, how great Deluxe was.
No, he did
And,
not.
that he's the.
I know that's a lie. Come on
No,
now.
but he
I
keeps
know you're
saying
full
that
of crap there, man.
he keeps saying that you're the reason that he reviews, because he
Nah,
wanted to be best
he's
friend
the
with you.
reason why I'm still collecting, man.
But is that a true fact? Like you were about to go, you were getting a little tired with it, and then
I'm always getting tired of it, man. I've been doing this for 7 years now, and it's just you know, it it has its moments, and then it doesn't have its moments. It's just you put in a lot of work. I put in a lot of work, for my reviews. I try to at least.
you do
Um,
amazing stuff, man.
I appreciate that. I do. I really do, and I appreciate that people watch it. But I know sometimes it's just kind of frustrating. You put in sometimes, man, especially those masterpiece figures, man. I know I put in 4 or 5 hours sometimes at a time, and then you see the views, and you're just like, man, that kind of sucks. So, but I still like doing it. I'm loving Instagram. I'm really hitting big on Instagram. My Instagram really took off because of reels and stuff. I get well, we have YouTube has shorts. They call them reels, and
Yeah.
my stuff's been really. I was like at 5,000 6,000 followers. Now I'm up to like 17,000. So that's
You
been
think
hitting
that's
pretty
because of the
big.
shorts? Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been getting, I got lots of, almost got 900,000 on one of my reels for views as far as and everything. So it's pretty big. I always say that if I didn't do reviews, I would still take pictures because I love taking pictures of of stuff. It just kind of relaxes me. I'm in my own little space, so I just take pictures and stuff and everything. I thank you so much, Benjamin. I appreciate that. I really do take, I guess, pride in my pictures because I want to do different stuff. I mean, it's kind of lately I've been just kind of doing the same white background with the kind of the glass mirror. It's not really glass; it's a plexiglass. What I use, and I want to Sardo. Sardo Numsi, he does really great
Yeah.
pictures. If you don't follow
I
him,
know,
you
man.
definitely
He
need.
kills it.
Yeah, he does some great because he has the backgrounds. I just don't have the backgrounds. If I did have the stuff like that, I would love to do that. So I'm trying to gear to that, towards that. Try to get some what are they called? Um,
A backdrop.
Whatever. Yeah, backdrops, stuff and
Yeah.
everything. So I'm trying to go towards that, and I've been taking it kind of easy on the MP stuff. I've been doing a lot more legends, and 5.2 toys. I love 5.2 toys. I've been doing it quite a bit. I have tons of 5.2 toy stuff and everything. So, yeah, it's just kind of frustrating sometimes. You've been doing it for a while. You just see, but it's all right. But
Yeah,
not.
it's also really weird how so my most popular video of all time is Chris Latta, and I think it's
Starscream's my favorite.
because but that's the thing. Starscream is a fan favorite, and I think because he died so early in the 90s, people want to see everything they can about him. So I think that's what drove the popularity. My second
Yeah.
most famous is my Jinbao Devastator.
Mm-hmm.
And then recently, like my those little Dungeons and Dragons D20s that
You told me,
transform.
yeah. I watched it. Mm-hmm.
I did the video on that, and I'm already at 1.7K. And it's
That's
like
good.
for me, that's way. So he's my third. That's my third most popular video, and it's insane to me. It's
Yeah.
just
I don't
D&D
have.
dices.
I mean, I have tons of videos. Thank you to Devoid of Logic. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Um, I mean, what hit me? I have a lot of. I have some shorts that are really popular, but they're just shorts. I don't have a lot of big views of some of most of my stuff. The things that really hit big for me now are my news. Weekly news. I do those things every week. They do pretty good. My
You're
verses.
you're
My
pretty
verses.
thorough on your new stuff, man.
I love my verses things. I just put out a verses for Magic Square New Age, Ironhide and Ratchet. I love doing those. They're fun. Kind of compare them and everything. So it just YouTube's weird. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
weird. Something
definitely weird.
hits and then something doesn't hit, and but do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, well, it's I don't know sometimes, and I'm trying. Like I don't have your budget for figures, period. So
I don't have a
that's
budget.
always
Man. Come on now.
that's always something like I know I can't sustain doing tour reviews
Mm-hmm.
for 5-10 years. That's not gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen.
That's
Uh,
understandable.
but I that's why I do the toy hack stuff, and I get
Yeah.
freaking no views really from toy hacks. I don't like it's my girlfriend because okay, my main viewer is my girlfriend. Like my wife, she'll put it at work, put it on mute, and just watch stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
then somehow I get a comment on a random videos from a year and a half ago, and it's like, oh, I
That's
like this one.
nice.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Hey
Uh,
David, I'm getting that. I'm getting that Omega Supreme. I ordered him, so I should be getting him sometime.
yeah, I'm good with my siege for now, but I'm expecting on the 28th of February the release of the Gen Select Guardian.
Yeah, I'm hoping. A lot of people think it's a Nemesis. Either one, I'm happy with. I don't care. I would love to have a Guardian. I think it'd be pretty cool. But if we do get a Nemesis, which we got the Arc, so I'm sure we'll definitely get a Nemesis down the road. But either one,
Yeah,
I'm
but
happy with. I don't care.
I think it's gonna be like like one of the later wave of Legacy, because
Well, it could be. It could
for
be.
Nemesis, but no, I Anthony, I don't have a wife or a girlfriend. It's just that she's my girlfriend, but I call her my wife. Because when you call her your wife, people don't ask you when are you getting married. You know?
Mm.
So, and we're never getting married. Well, I mean, maybe one day, I don't know, but it's just, it's money that I don't want to spend again. So, but yeah,
Benjamin, thank you. I don't know if you're talking to me about the honesty thing. About I try to be honest with everything, and
you
you
are.
know, I
We,
don't want I don't want to hark on a figure that sucks. I will point out what I think is wrong with it or what I don't like. 'Cause like I just said with the new age Ironhide and Ratchet, the alt modes look terrible. They're short, little, wide. I don't think they did not improve on the alt mode. Now the bot modes, love it. They're pretty good. But I just don't like to sit there and harp on it and just crap on it and just blah, just keep on doing it. It's like I point out what is wrong, what I think is wrong with it, and I mainly like to I let the viewer choose. I really, I really don't. I didn't really choose a winner. I guess I did choose a winner between the New Age and Magic Square. New Age did win, but just because of the paint, the materials, and
yeah,
accessories. The alt modes go to Magic Square. I love Magic Square's alt modes and their bot modes too. I love if you like the G1 tune aspect of everything, definitely go with Magic Square. I mean, but I just like to point out, and that's why I do the pictures. I do the you know scanning of them and everything, showing everything. I just make your own choice, everything, and I'll tell you what I like about it and everything. So I really didn't want to choose a winner, but as far as paint and materials, man, New Age is always going to beat it because most people don't like that gummy kind of plastic that Magic Square does.
yeah,
So, but
I
I
like
do.
it. I
I
like
do. I
the
mean, I know. I think I think it has a place for it. I think because they're going for the tune accuracy, it
yeah,
matches it. It matches. It's kind of plain and boring, just like the tune versions were. I mean, and I like that. But I like New Age. I like the materials they use. I love the paint they use. I love the accessories they use. So I lean more towards New Age because I just like them better. But I do love Magic Square. Everything they put out, I always gloat. I love their Optimus Prime. Their Jazz is good. Their Hound's good. The
yeah,
Ironhide and Ratchet is good. Everything I like about them. So I just because I choose New Age most of the time, I still love Magic Square. They're a great
yeah. Well,
company.
I ordered Sideswipe metallic
Okay,
because
nice.
they were having
Older
a
model.
sale.
It's an older one. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool. Are you
and
ordered? Did you order it from Magic Square itself
yeah,
or?
directly.
Okay.
Shipping was only $9, and
Yeah.
that's amazing shipping cost from US to Canada.
Yeah,
I
that's where
never
I
had
order
anything
mine.
under $20.
That's where I ordered my Magic Squares from
Yeah,
straight from them because I think I got their Huffer, their reissue of Huffer, which was the metallic version, like $23, I think, or something like that. 25. I mean, come on, I ain't like
yeah.
$9 for shipping. So the straight
Well,
from
yeah,
Magic
and then
Square is good.
20. It was on sale at 23, and I
Yeah,
think that
that's
came
good.
up to 30 Canadian. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
not
bad.
bad. Not
Yeah,
bad. Yeah, I order straight from Magic Square most of the time now. I got most of my figures I get from them is straight from them.
but
So
I wish more third parties had their own website. Like Iron Factory doesn't have a website, and they haven't updated their Facebook stuff since 2017.
oh yeah.
So it's like, okay, what's coming? Like I was looking at the in the news video you did the whole banner of what's coming
Hmm.
for,
Next
and
year, this year.
yeah, and I wanted to get more information on Sideswipe and Sunstreaker because I want to increase
Oh
my
yeah, the
Lambro
Samurai.
shelf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they got a Samurai
I'm
series
getting
coming out.
those for sure.
Yeah,
And
and they're
but
pretty cheap. They're not expensive either. Our factory's cheaper, a lot cheaper than Magic Square and New Age.
yeah,
So those Sunstreaker and Sideswipe were probably give or take $30, maybe give or take maybe 40.
yeah, I'm thinking
What
maybe
they're going to be,
40.
I don't know for sure, but that's what they'll probably be about
Yeah, but
in there.
I should have collected legends from the beginning and not do the Hasbro main line at all. But now I almost have all of season 1 through 3.
Mhm.
So I'm missing, the combiners, the two titans and stuff like that. So I don't have, but I have. Well, I have this guy here, the transport.
Yeah,
I
Delta
love this
Magnus
guy just because
Transformers on one.
it's not an accessory. It's not a prime and an armor. It's just he transform into Ultra Magnus and that's it.
I don't
Because I
understand why
never
people get mad about that. He was a the same that G1. He was part
the
form one.
toy. The toy was, and it's not that I'm mad about that. Like I never get mad about a figure, but it just I don't adhere to the idea that Ultra Magnus is wearing armor in the show. When he transforms, he transforms. So, and it's just my
I know
version.
people
So
hit me up on Instagram and everything, and like, he's a parts former. Like, well, he's a parts former in the G1. I mean, the toy
he
was a parts
was.
former. So I don't care. Whatever. I mean, if you don't like it, that's fine. But whatever you like, you win. That's all that
But even
matters.
then, the toy was fun. Now, if you wanted, you
Yeah.
could put Prime in there. So, like, we had I remember
Yeah.
me and my friends playing with this, and like we had a war that Optimus stole the armor, and then Ultra Magnus was pissed off, and
Yeah.
it was just great gimmicks back then,
Yeah.
and still even today.
I think Anthony asked a question. I think. I don't know if
Yeah, he did. Pandemic is effectively over, but channel and our community are still growing at pandemic level. What do you guys think is the cause? I think it's just because we're so sexy.
Are you being like going fast? Because that's not true. I don't know who's growing at pandemic levels, but
Well,
I,
I have to say that since November, I have about 50 new subs.
that's good.
So
I don't know what I got.
I know it. You get that in a day, but it's not.
No, no, I do not, dude.
No.
Not even close, man. That's Larkin. Larkin
Holy.
got the
Okay.
biggest
Last
ass.
year, from January until he hit about roughly 65, it was a Larkin post every second day. Like, oh, I have this many views, I have this many subscribers, this many, and it's like,
He,
how big is he growing? It was insane. I'm
his
like,
he had a couple of shorts that hit pretty big, and that's what it
yeah,
caused for his and everything. And I did too. I had a growth growth spurt. One of my new age Starscream, which is still my biggest video I have, hit really big, and I gained about 1,500 subs
wow,
really quick. So, but it's kind of died off a little bit now. So
yeah.
I'm
Well,
not.
it's like, I think there's somebody that not
I get
hates
it.
me, but there's one
Growth
guy.
spurt.
There's one guy in the community, okay, who I've been trying to ignore for a while now because
Oh, I ignore a lot of people.
yeah, but he's like I don't reply to him anymore, and he keeps sending me messages on Messenger, and I'm like whatever because he keeps having these fits where he's pissed off and he flushes everybody, and then after that he comes back and then he flushes and like I had him send me a message one time and he said you better tell Kato that I'm out and blah blah blah, and I'm like, so I text Kato, I'm like, okay, I have this message for you, and he's like,
I would
whatever,
even
man.
send it.
It's like
I would have ignored it and just don't.
yeah. No, but it
Kato
was
don't
just
care.
funny because Kato knew what I was talking about because
Yeah, but
I don't
Kato
know.
don't care. I mean,
Oh no, he didn't care. I
I've
didn't
had
care
some.
either. I just thought it was funny to mention it that somebody gave me a message for you. So
Yeah, well, this ain't. I'm too old for. There are people out there that that I get along. I get along with mostly everybody, but there are some people that just doesn't like me, and that's fine. I mean, I understand that, but I'm not going to sit there and when people comment on my reviews and everything, they start saying stuff about this and that, what they don't like about it and everything. I'm like, I'm not going to change your mind. You're not going to change my mind. So I just say thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Smiley
yeah,
face. I don't want to go back and forth. I'm never going to go back and forth with you. I mean, I may go. If we can have a civilized conversation, yes, I'll sit there and talk about stuff. But then, sometimes at least name calling, and I'm just like, man, I'm a grown ass man. I don't have time for this. So
yeah,
I just end it. And it's like I don't care. Some people just have they're set in their ways, and that's fine. And but I'm not here to try to change your mind and everything. I'm not going to sit there and go back and forth with you like a
no. I
an eight
usually
year old.
reply with a compliment or something like because I don't have that many viewers and so I don't have that many comments. So it doesn't take a lot of time to reply. But I had my first bad comment because when you're small you don't get many bad comments, but I got one like 2 days on my, I don't remember, like one of my videos, and the message was, I'm tired to see your face on tformers.com every day. So I burst out laughing and I'm like, and I replied, I'm like, dude, I wish I had enough content to post every day. Wow, that's so great. So but no, it just Yeah. Hey, Big M. There's a couple new names now. Big M, Princeton. Thanks for stopping by. All right, Anthony I start a question, so I'm gonna pop. That's an older comment. Said, I'm gonna read it. Uh, were you hanging a clock in the bathroom, and when you fell and hit your head in the sink? So that's Back to the Future stuff. Then you had the idea to become a YouTuber. No, I was dancing with the idea of becoming a YouTuber, and because I was watching a lot of PPR, Kato at the time, and I still watch Kato a lot, and Rodimus Primal, and eventually I wrote on a video from Kato. I'm like, I'm thinking about doing something for YouTube, and then he said, "Oh, well, when you do, let me know." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So if he's interested, maybe other people will. So Kato just gave me that. I was over like on the side of the precipice, and he just pushed me, basically. So that's cool. Oh, you have a challenge from Inutabi, a beard off, dude. Come on now, Inutabi barely has a beard right now. I think your microphone muted, or yeah, I lost the. I don't see that it's muted, but I'm not hearing you right now. No, there's nothing. No sound. Oh, come on. I'll come back. Anyway, I'm sure you'll be back. Between Canadian and Southerners are going to be polite to the other conversation. Oh, Southerners are polite. That's cool.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, I can. All right.
All right. It kind of froze, and I guess mine just glitched out and everything.
That's cool.
Sorry about that.
So, yeah, you're a challenge for a beard off.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I saw his beard. That was funny. I was gonna say while I was talking, you couldn't hear me. What Anthony said is a conversation with a Canadian and Southern. They're gonna be too polite to end the conversation.
Exactly.
That's true. That's true. And I don't know what we was talking. Oh, yeah, Kato. Yeah, pushing people and that's what I did with when I was doing with the interviews. Around 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I tried to give people exposure. I don't have a lot of exposure, but I try to give people a chance to come on and just sit there and talk about stuff and talk about Transformers, get to know them if they have a YouTube channel. Everybody and their mom has a YouTube channel now.
Yeah.
So I tried to. That's what I did with the Round 30. I would love to go back and do. I always say I want to go back and do more, but I just don't get around to it. But most of the people in the community want good things for other people and other YouTube channels. Want to push them, and I don't know if anybody watches Speakerhead. I had him on. I think he was the last person I had actually on around 30 minutes with a Speakerhead. He's does some really good stuff, and I'm happy for him and everything. So I try to push people to do stuff. If you want to do reviews, it's just be yourself. And just have fun with it. Don't expect to make a lot of money because you're not going to, unless you're big time.
Yeah.
I'm not big time, so I'm not gonna make anything. But just have fun with it. And just don't make it a job.
I mean, you must make some money, right? You're monetized.
I make a little bit. Yeah, I'm monetized, but I make a little bit, but it's not. It doesn't cover what I pay for. Look at all this crap right here behind me. Golly, I gotta get some more totes so I can start putting up some stuff.
Yeah,
I got stuff just leaning on the side and everything. It's like I don't even take care of myself.
I get waves. Like I'll have like Christmas haul, So right now I have videos shot and edited, but because I don't have a lot of content, I space it out. So every Wednesday and Saturday. But right now I have videos scheduled until the end of March. Plus I have 6-7 more videos that are not scheduled. Like I'm keeping in the background. I see your
stuff like scheduled for like March and stuff. I'm like, why do you got stuff scheduled for March? It's like this is
I don't have a choice because if I just roll out everything right now, then that's it. I'm done. All I have is the voice actor spotlight once every 3 weeks.
I know, understandable, but I see sometimes your post will come up. Yeah, I got something coming in March 38th or 28th. Like, isn't that like 2 months away from now? Like, is anybody gonna remember that's coming?
Well, I click notify me, and then I'll be having supper, and then I'm like, crap, I got a premiere because that's just something
I've been to your premieres and you're not even there. And sometimes,
that happened a couple times. Sometimes I'll
Yeah.
just pop in on my phone. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm at the store, so I can be there. So
It's
it
all right. It's understandable.
happens once in a while. I try
Yeah, it
to.
does. It does.
Yeah.
The Mercenary Terror, 30 Minutes with Skywalker. Yeah, that's a good dude, man. I liked talking with him. Unfortunately, he doesn't do the Earthworks, though. He doesn't do the weekly things he used to do. I think he kind of got out of that doing that. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
Skywarp is a good dude, man. I like that guy.
But you did a lot of like I've been on around 30, and then there was the memorable one with Memo where your computer rebooted
Oh, everything
mid-stream.
reboots. Give it a minute, and then my stuff will reboot. Will
Yeah.
reboot again. Mine, I rebooted my last live last week with Extra Zero. It just
Oh, really? Yeah, I started watching it, and then
I
I got tired.
computer.
So
too much porn, man.
yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Oh, I got a cleaner. Well, not for porn, but the just a C cleaner, and it just for free it scans your computer and then removes all the trackers, all the junk.
What's it called? C cleaner.
C cleaner.
Okay. Like the letter C, or S.
Yeah, letter C, like CCLEANER.
Okay.
So it's a free one. You install it, and then once in a while it'll have a pop up and say, "Hey, your computer's feeling a little under the weather," and it's like, "You want to clear 2 gigs of junk?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, go ahead." There's a lot of stuff that gets installed, just surfing the same stuff all the time, and
that's cool.
So,
yeah, Anthony, I got. He said I got Scrap Hook. I need Scrap Hook and Tarn. They haven't been released from Amazon. Twin Cast is on the way, and Metal Hawk. So I mean, I'm excited for them, but as far as reviews, everybody and their mom's gonna be releasing these reviews. I mean, I think they were found in Canada. Actually, y'all were.
Well, yeah, DJC, my sponsor, already has it. So I ordered Twin Cast, but I don't want Twin Cast. So I'm going to cut out Rewind, and I'm going to go on Marketplace and just sell Twin Cast without Rewind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't have any attachment to Twin Cast. Like, I never really watch Headmasters. I mean, he looks good, but I don't need another boombox. So yeah, I'll just sell it to a local guy who wants
cool.
I'll sell it for $35 or whatever.
I got mine from BBTS. Twin Cast is coming, and then Metal Hawk I thought was going to come with them, but he hasn't shipped yet. So
yeah,
for them. But
see, the last Pulse stream, I didn't really. Okay, my son, he's 5, and he likes to collect a little bit of Transformers. Like, he likes to play with them, so I get him the core class. So like the Dino Butts, I'm not giving it to him. Like, they're in my drawer here. When I have all of them, I'll give the whole Volcanicus thing to him. But
why do you want to punish him for that?
Huh?
Why do you want to punish him for that, man?
No, man. He gets Volcanicus as a whole, So, and then, but
you're punishing him for giving him that stuff, man. Come on now.
Oh no, they're those. I know. I got your review. Like, I saw those, but he doesn't care. He has Dinobots. So
nah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, they're perfect for a 5-year-old. I mean, they're really great for a 5-year-old. And most of the core class, I love the Pretenders. I love Iguanus and Bombers. I think they're the best ones out of them. And I hope we get some more of those.
Okay, everybody. Here's the person who, as I mentioned earlier, pushed me just over the edge when I was thinking about doing YouTube. So it's really because of him. If I'm here, the legend, Kato, the balloon shooter. What the hell?
I'm out, man. I'm out now. God dang. Any drinking Mountain Dew. What a redneck, man. God dog.
Ivan, thanks for showing up, man. I
love you, Deluxe.
I know.
Yeah.
I love you more.
That's why I keep telling him. Everybody loves Deluxe. Everyone's want to have a cup of coffee.
Listen, if you ever want to get ignored at a TF Con,
oh my God, you're so full of crap, man.
Just walk beside Deluxe.
I did hear that he drew a lot of attention. I heard that.
No, that was Patriot Prime, man. Come on now, everybody was at Patriot Prime.
I was thinking Bert would have been on the top shelf. Like
I got asked to hold the camera. Whenever, hey, excuse me. Are you Deluxe Baldwin? Hey, will you hold the camera and take a picture of me and Deluxe?
No, that was you and your wife at Joe Fest.
That was my wife at Joe Fest.
Yeah, your wife.
Oh yeah, that was a great story.
Yeah, she got.
But I'm excited.
You know what happened again? She got a message. The other day. Somebody said, "Hey, my husband told me about your channel. and I started watching. Really? Are you going to be at the Joe Con? Is what she said. You're going to be at Joe Con. So she's got people wanting to meet her at Joe Fest.
That is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So good for her.
You know, she's awesome. I mean, you know, why would you not want to meet?
100%. 100%. Yeah. Love her to pieces.
Man.
I love that picture frame that Fire Talks did for you.
Oh, it's great. We keep.
Yeah, he did one for me too. It was awesome.
He did.
Even Lisa was like, "That is pretty freaking awesome."
Yeah, I was really thinking of doing it, but shipping again. It's just shipping. You know, I ordered stuff from him once. He did a special order because he was selling me a Siege Barricade, and then he added a bunch of his 3D printed stuff. Because I gave him a couple of ideas on his stream where he builds stuff for 3D printing, and that's super interesting. Mm-hmm. So easy. Okay, there you go. For this amount of money, I'm gonna send you the whole thing. And then shipping was like 2/3 of what he was selling me the stuff for. I'm like, all right. So you know,
that's what you get for living in Canada.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the thing. I should have moved out before I had any roots. You know, just go to the States where there's better shipping.
Real quick, I want to say happy anniversary. This is your second year.
Thank you. It's been a cool ride. Honestly, I have a lot of fun doing this, and I've been lucky. Like last year, interview 5 voice actors. I never thought I was going to be this lucky this early. So, and it's all thanks to John, because he commented on his video saying that after doing interviews for 30 years, finally somebody got it right. I mean, I was so humbled by that, because I'm like, I do my research, you know, I do what I can, but I mean, I'm not an expert or anything. So when he said that, it kind of justified everything I've been doing for a year and a half, you know. So, because at the time, well, it was just maybe a year. So that was just fantastic. And after that, you know, a lot of people, well, just ask other actors. So I went after like not the easy target, but the one that have their own website. It's easy to just email them, offer it to them. If they reply yes, no, and that's it. So far, I only got, I got a no from Dan Gilvezan, but it wasn't like him replying. It was like his marketing team or whatever. And they were said that because of the scheduling right now with all the cons, he's not able to attend. So
understandable.
So yeah. You said Paul Eiding. No, Paul Eiding. I think he commented, but it was on Facebook or something. And honestly, Paul Eiding, I've been in contact with him for 6 months now, because he's like one of the most interesting guy ever, and I really want to, you know, have an interview with him. But he doesn't reply. Like I'll send him an invitation, all the details, you know, like, you know, whatever time you want, whatever date you want, because that's what I say. It's all at your discretion. You want to do it live, we'll do it live. You want to do it pre-recorded and I can edit stuff you don't want to show, I'll do that. Like you tell me what you want and I'll do it, because I don't want to be the fan that says, okay, well, we'll do it at this hour. And no, you know, I'll take off work if I have to, but I'll do it.
Reach out to David K, man. He'll do interviews with us.
Actually, I wanted to do David K like my second Beast War review, and just go to his own website, davidk.com or whatever. There's nothing I can put in one of my spotlight that would justify the amount of work this guy does.
Oh no, he's
man, it's so insane. I got so intimidated just looking at his website. I'm in Canada, Ottawa, and I hear him on the radio doing spots. And I'm like, because I saw them on his website, and I click, I'm like, oh man, I listened to Shea 106. And then I click on the spot, and I'm like, I remember this spot. It's insane. So I've been hearing David K since I'm like 20.
He's just
he loves the fans. Yeah, he loves his fans. And he is one of the hardest working voice actors in the business right now. He, like, the dude.
Him and Frank Welker, man, are just, I mean, you wouldn't think, I mean, God, Frank Welker, even when I was looking at stuff with Frank Welker, I was like, he did that? He did. I mean, he was actually, you know, he's been in movies too as well. Yeah. And, you know, it's just the amount of.
Frank Welker, just the number of not actual speaking roles, just animal sounds.
Yeah,
he's the monkey.
Peter Cullen's done that too. Peter Cullen's been doing some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But he's the monkey in Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's That's Frank
Diesel
Welker.
Man.
You know, they're just so random. Yes, Lone
one.
Dragon. Next time Greg Berger butt dials me, I will try to get another
actually, Greg
interview.
Berger's going to be here at one of the Little Rock Comic Cons. My buddy Mike, he throws it's Saline County. Used to be Little Rock Comic Con. He actually got Greg Berger to come.
I met him at the last Joe Fest. Like Sam Newsman and I were talking to him. He talk about a really nice guy. The dude sat there and just talked to us for like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. He was free and he was just talking.
Yeah,
it was
does.
like,
he's a fragile little man, though. He's so
fragile. Yeah.
I saw him at TFCon Toronto and last July, and Michael Bell in my interview told me just walk up to him and just say you want an interview, because I tried to do it with Messenger, but it wasn't really working. So I walk up to him and then we spoke for a while, and then one thing now that I do a lot of research on these guys, I know what they get asked all the freaking time, all the stupid questions that people like. Oh, if Grimlock was, in Raiders of the Lost Ark, how do you think he would react to the Nazis? Like, they get stupid questions all the time.
Yeah.
So
you remember an episode that every time when Peter Cullen, I've seen Peter Cullen quite a few times, and then I saw Frank Welker. And if the first thing I hear out of their mouth is episode, I'm just like, these people, they don't remember 40 years ago what episode.
Nope.
They don't.
No, they don't.
They probably didn't know then, because they just record the thing and it gets edited into whenever. They don't.
Do you remember what you did? No, stop.
Yeah, because I don't think they get the script by episode. They just get like a bunch of lines, or let's say we're doing 5 episodes today.
And they're just old.
Peter Cullen is just, he's a fragile old man too now. Thank God he's still around, but man, he doesn't have very long. They had to, like, he was at the last BotCon and TFCon, and they had to at the airport they had to push him around in a wheelchair because he just couldn't. But he's doing a lot. I mean, him and Frank Welker are doing a lot of shows. I mean, they're doing a lot of shows every year.
But they're expensive too. Like if I could get interviews with them, but it would cost me $200 US.
Yeah, no, I've seen reviewers done. Peter Cullen, I think you can reach out to Peter Cullen's people, and you could pay for like an hour. I think it's like $250 for an hour. I've met him several times. I finally got to meet Frank Welker, which I'm happy for that. But yeah, they're getting up there.
I mean, it's what they do for a living. I don't fault them for it, at all.
No.
Oh no,
especially when you're still an active actor, voice actor. Like it's still your job. Like you're not looking back on something. Like it's still what you do for a living.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that they never retire. They never really do retire. They're always going to be working, even if they're not mainstream. They're going to work and do commercials for radio, for TV, for they don't just do cartoons.
Yeah, I look at it like this, like people that cut hair for a living, their families and everything are always the ones like, hey, you cut my hair this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Like, they always want to go, this is my job, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like strippers, strippers don't want to go.
Yeah, this is my job. I'm not taking this off.
They don't want to strip for you. But another good one, I don't know, Razzle, if you've had this guy, Scott McNeil. Once again, that is a very talented man. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Really funny. Loved it. I met him one time. It was a while back, but he's awesome too as well. Very talented. I mean, he did mostly. Hey man, I don't know how many Beast Wars guys he did, but he was.
Well, I think he's one of the few that actually got paid twice, because there's the rule of 3. Each voice actor on one day, and it's now a 4-hour day because of regulation. Well, it's because of Wally Burr, really. He pushed them too hard, and he was one of the main reasons why the union went on strike in the 80s for shorter hours, because he would drive them for like 8 hours straight and just record stuff. So, but the rule of 3 is that, that's why you have, Dan Gilvezan was Bumblebee, but then he was the professor in the episode Bot, because he didn't have, his second or third voice. So basically they get paid, let's say, I don't know, $50 an hour, but that $50 include, side characters. You can do two more. But Scott McNeil alone on Beast Wars, he probably received 2 paychecks because he did
a lot of
at least 4 main characters. So it's always 1 main and 2 sides.
He's crazy too, man. I don't know.
That's how I eat my lunches.
Yeah, there you go. So,
One
all right,
main
hey,
and
I'm just gonna do the because probably people are waiting for the. So you want to Aikido? You want a toy color Cyclonus? You can enter the draw, the giveaway.
No,
No,
like no,
nah.
I'm good.
it looks awesome, but I don't like the toy color stuff.
All right, so I'm just gonna go and present this.
There are folks that would enjoy it far more than me that should enter.
Yeah. I'm just gonna watch The Last of Us, man.
So is
Oh,
this
me too.
working?
Yeah.
All right.
We're done.
So that's working. So now I get the YouTube comments, and I can. Do I have to get them first though?
What comment did he have to get?
Oh, she didn't do it wrong. All right, I have to. It's been too long. Hold on. I'm gonna go get the video.
Did somebody put in what they're supposed to put in?
Yeah, I have. Basically, I did my Instagram post where people can. They could just go and. Oh, there you go. They could.
Oh man, you made them type Skywarp is Cyclonus. You know that hurt somebody's feelings.
Oh yeah, actually on Facebook somebody replied, "Oh, I'm not entering because Bombshell is Cyclonus." All right, man.
Well,
So basically,
man, Cyclonus has the same. I think the same as Skywarp, but the same.
it's not even a question.
Yeah, I don't think he acted like Bombshell. I mean, he acted like Skywarp.
It's not even a question.
But really,
like all of a sudden, people want to talk about how accurate the on-screen the on-screen magic is. It's like you realize how many problems there were with on-screen things. If you go with what happened on screen, there's a lot of stuff that's screwed up.
So all right, we have 6 comments, and one of them was me. I deleted it, so I think we're good.
I didn't.
So there's only six chance. So
it's all right. Somebody that wants it is going to get it, and that's what matters.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it did give me 5 new subscribers today because
there you go.
Well, I'm not getting views from them. So all right, everybody seen it?
We know that. We know
that. All right, well, let's start with the winner.
Who won?
Oh,
David
CT. David CT, man, you got a Cyclonus. You have this thing here is yours, bro. So send me a Facebook message. And
congratulations, David.
Congratulations, man. That's gonna cost $40 to ship.
I like that.
It costs more to ship it than what it's worth. All right.
Tie it to a big white balloon. It'll get here.
Yeah. Okay. I don't watch the news at all. Like, cause I'm completely news illiterate. So, Kato, please tell me what was the whole balloon thing?
There was a balloon that we shot down.
Yeah, I know, but where does it come from? Why?
Man,
well, we don't know. It's as far as we know, it was a Chinese spy balloon. But whatever. We don't know. Nobody knows. It was just a big white balloon flying in the sky. It was cool. I got to see it. Shot it down over I say over my house, but that's not that much of a exaggeration. But yeah, shot it down over the ocean. That was kind of cool. Got to see the missile.
World War III, man.
Really, you saw the missile and everything, and
I mean, it was too far away to see a missile. I looked up and I saw like a contrail of the jet. It turned out to be an F-22.
That short you did. I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, that wasn't my video that I edited, but yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Like I saw, you see a puff of smoke, which is the contrail from the F-22 Raptor, which is one of the most badass jets in the world. And then you see a thin little white puff come out of there. That's the A9 sidewinder coming out of it. And then you see the balloon go poof. And it
then you just go
slowly starts to fall to the ocean.
America. No, because Patriot Prime was posting stuff, and then there was that whole video that
Patriot Prime was actually up there in the jet shooting it.
Yeah, he was flying.
There you go.
I don't know what everybody
went back in
why do you think
active duty just for that.
Why do you not think you've seen him in a while? He's up there shooting down balloons.
So yeah, but it's weird. I mean, it crossed all the way from the Pacific. You could see the trail. Like they have the trail where it came up. It went through Alaska, down through Canada, Montana, Missouri, over to Maggie Valley, North Carolina, and then ended up right over my head.
I'm really surprised.
I'm not going to say no. I'm not saying that no one did. I mentioned this I was just live earlier, and I mentioned that the most confusing thing to me is like the statistics for how big this thing was and all that just don't add up to me. I'm about 3/4 of a conspiracy guy, and like it just doesn't make sense to me. None of it, because they say this thing was like the size of 3 Greyhound buses, which is big. Like that's big, 3 Greyhound buses.
That's not that big.
But like I'm sitting there looking at it from a parking lot. I was about to pick the wife up from work. I'm looking up at the parking lot when they shot it down. And I'm like, from where I was, I'm about 2 miles as the crow flies from the coast. Like I live pretty close to the coast. Deluxe can back me up on that. I'm fairly close to the ocean.
Yeah, I remember when you did those drive and you
you saw I drove down through there.
Us the sea.
So that's about 2 miles as the crow flies or so to the coast. This was apparently shot down 6 miles off the coast, right? So that's 8 miles straight across, and it was apparently 58 to 60,000 feet in the air, which is roughly 12 miles up, right? Is that right? Does that math add up?
I use kilometers.
Yeah, that's right. Five times 12 is around 60,000. So roughly 5 miles, or that many miles in the air, whatever. So 60,000 feet, 6 miles straight out, and I can still see this thing as about the size of a small pearl in the sky, clear as a bell. When I broke my binoculars out, I could see I could perfectly see the solar panels on the bottom of it. It was clear as a bell. And I'm like, so this thing was, airplanes fly, like our passenger planes fly cruising altitude 36,000 feet, 30,000 feet, and you barely see them as a little contrail going across the sky.
Like, huge.
Oh man, when you think of, wow,
this is a football field.
This thing was twice as far away and 6 miles away, vertical or horizontal.
Yeah.
And I could still see it as the size of, like, again, it was I don't know, at that point in the sky, it was probably, maybe that big around.
Okay.
I can see it.
China's like, you don't see nothing. You don't.
And see like, you're trying to tell me that thing was 60,000 feet in the air and I could still see it that clearly? And it was either much bigger than you're telling us or much closer than you're telling us.
Yeah.
So, but the picture the Patriot Prime posted, like, of the balloon with an antenna underneath, that was a mashup, right? Like, nobody got close enough to take a picture of that thing.
No, what Cato posted with the TS Safari, that was real.
Oh yeah, that was me zoomed in.
That one.
Safari dropping off our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But PPR did, like, he did a joke saying, like, he was trying to get the 15K. So that that was him basically trying to get the 15K. Doing advertisement. Like, he put his logo on the balloon.
So when this thing was popping, when this thing popped up on the news, like it was starting to get, I said earlier, I love our weatherman. We have one of the coolest weathermen in the business. Great guy, really nice guy, just super awesome. And he put out there, he was like, hey, it's going to be over, it's going to be over us at 2:00. And my wife messaged me, told me that. And I was like, well, fuck this. I'm too much of a redneck. I'm going hunting. I'm going to go find this thing. So I got in the truck, headed out the parking lot. I was going to go see it. I was like, we're shagging ass. I'm going to go find this thing. So get in the truck, go around the corner, and sure as shit, this guy stops. He waves me down. He's in my parking lot of the apartments. And he's like, hey, there it is right there. Nice. So it didn't even have to go anywhere. I could look straight up and see it. So I got the binoculars out and looked at it. And then
I guess it didn't hit Arkansas, so it hit Missouri. So yeah, it never flew through.
No, it came down. It was like it came down from Pacific, Alaska, Canada, and then cut across like Montana, Missouri, and then come over the Appalachians. So it missed you. But yeah, it was neat, man. I was looked at an article that popped up about it, and I was like, that's literally where I am. Like I'm right here. I got to go find this thing.
If they don't get us with the balloons, they get us with TikTok. They get us with something, So we're never,
The spy thing doesn't make sense to me because, like, you could literally look on any satellite feed and probably get much better images or whatever than you can get. So I don't know. It's
Inutabis says hi. I sent you the invite, man. If you want to join in at any time.
No, he had to leave me because he had to go help the wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm fixing to bail out too. I'm gonna go watch that stuff and everything.
Yeah, I gotta eat supper. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations on 2 years, man.
Yeah, congratulations,
Thank you.
man.
I'm gonna still go for a while, so in case other people want to, because I did send a couple other invites, so we'll see.
Well, thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
And I've been trying to get you two on my channel for a while now. I'm glad that you guys were here together. Cato, I think it's great. Man. It's great initiative, Cato, that you do for AWOC. I think they needed a voice.
That is pure fun. That is pure
fun.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah. So it's good that they found you, or you found them, and then
I bugged them so much. Like I started bugging them, and then now I would say I would almost consider us friends because almost. It's easy for me to do. They're probably like, leave me the hell alone. But yeah, it's cool. So yeah, it was nice, man. He said that I shot him a message. And I said, hey, I want to do. I call it a podcast. It's not a podcast. I don't do
no, but you do what you do.
It just makes more sense to call it a podcast. But I said I'm going to start doing a news thing, like updates for Animal Wars of the Kingdom, and we talk fairly frequently. And he said, hey man, we're gonna make it the official podcast for it. And I was like, all right, I don't know what that means, but essentially it just means hopefully that we should get the news first and then be able to divvy it out from there. So it's fun. I'm excited because I'm really, really excited for that line.
Yeah. I have a question though. The board game, like you guys keep mentioning a board game, but it's not out. Like you can't buy it because I hear
no, it's not. It's going to. It's still being fine tuned, but it'll be up on the website to pre-order, hopefully soon.
Okay.
Because
I want to check it out because I'm huge into board game. So
the concept is awesome, and Jeremy is like the stuff that he mentions that it's very, very cool, and I think the 3D printing community is going to have a field day with it because the idea is you use your 6-inch Animal Wars of the Kingdom. This isn't one. This is Bloody Pandora. But you use your 6-inch Animal Wars or 7-inch Animal Wars of the Kingdom figures to play this tabletop game. You roll a D10. It's very much old school tabletop type.
So it doesn't come with figures. Like you have to.
It comes with one. It comes with an exclusive figure with gold armor, but you use the figures from the waves that are coming out. So I would assume before the board game comes out that there's probably going to be at least 2 waves of figures to come. And that's just a guess. I don't know that for sure, but you need figures to play the game. So
yeah, okay.
But
you need figures, but you could use a transformer.
I guess you could, but if once you get into making your own rules and stuff, sure. I mean, there are rules that are in place based on the Animal Wars of the Kingdom figures and their abilities and stuff like that. But yeah, it's cool. Like you want to kneel down behind cover, then you grab your figure, put it in a pose, kneel it down behind cover, and now you have a +5 defense or whatever. I'm making those numbers up, but that's the idea. And you got a flight stand with a flying character. There you go. He's up in the air, and now that maybe adds +5 attack because he's got the high ground. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a neat idea. And I think the 3D. Yeah, I think the 3D printing folks are going to have a field day making like props for it.
For sure. That's 3D printers they do amazing work, but they love to print tons of stuff.
And then beside that, I'm excited for Savage Crucible, like the next big Kickstarter. I think it's going to be another big one.
Okay, cool. If I had the money, I'd get them because I do love a fresh new IP. Something that's completely,
go buy the comics,
man. A new G1, it's we start with that, and who knows, maybe in 20 years it's going to become a cartoon or.
Yeah, go buy the comics. It's $6 US to buy the first 3 digital. It's a fun read, totally worth it.
Okay, and they're going to keep going with the comics, right?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
I might do that because I do enjoy a good comic. Like, I just finished for the first time. I have all the Age of Apocalypse. I have the series and I have the companion, so it's like this thick, freaking huge. But love reading that. So, but
Deluxe knows about things that are huge and that thick too, don't you? Talking about your penis.
Not really. All right, fellas, I gotta go, man.
Yep, me too.
But thank you guys, man. It really means a lot. You know, the support that you've given me and the you know the just interacting with you guys, you know, once in a while. Even if Kato just, you know, sometimes replies with an emoji, I'm happy. So, you know,
it's what mostly, you get sometimes. That's all you
I'm just lazy.
So lazy. You know, I want to, you know, stay in your good grace. So I'm not going to be too annoying, but you know, I'll still send you invites once in a while when I do whatever unboxing and stuff. So, so maybe one day, Kato, I'll catch you again on the day off. You know.
All right, love y'all.
Every day's a day off.
Yeah.
Y'all take care, man.
Yeah, you take care, man. See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
I'm out too. Bye, everyone. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations on 2 years, man. Here's to at least one more.
Oh,
and we'll go from there.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, man. Take care.
Love you, brother. Y'all be good. Take it easy. Okay, how the hell do I? Oh, there it is. Later, everybody.
You out.
You should just get out.
Revenge for a new tabby. All right. Well, I'm gonna wait to see if other couple guests are coming in because, yeah, I like doing streaming. I really do. It's always fun. So, actually, I'm gonna go do something. Anthony, are you still there? I'm gonna go. Hold on here. I want to talk to you about something. So if you're still there, sorry, this is unprofessional. Okay, go on Discord. There you go. I'm gonna open this up. All right, I just sent you a message, Anthony. I want you to promote a bit of what you are planning. So if you have the setup, let me know. David, again, thank you, man. I'm really happy that you won the Cyclonus figure, and no problem, man. I will definitely send this to you potentially Monday. I might need to get a box that fits this to actually send it. But the whole thing is going to be sent to you. So, and yeah, but it's good, man. I'm happy that I know you had a couple new figures recently, but that you've been having a hard time getting new figures. So, but I'm glad this is going to help you. So, all right, I'm going to close back Discord. Anthony, you got the message because Discord just keeps popping and making noise and all that stuff. So, I guess Input is still stuck with his in-laws. Because he was supposed to be here, but he's been held. So, but that's cool. Happens all the time. Also, Memo. I wish Memo was. What? There you go. And I'm honestly really happy that. I'm just happy that Deluxe and Kato showed up. I honestly have been trying to get them on my stream for a little while, and it just never happened. You know, I usually stream a little late. 9. Sometimes I try to do it at 8, and Deluxe had Kato works a lot, so Yeah, I joined a Discord. So is my camera slowing down? I feel like I have a lag. Hold on. And I'm back. I feel like there's lag. Let me check YouTube. Maybe I've been going on too long and now it's crapping out. Yeah, even the YouTube seems okay, guys. Can you hear me fine, or is there a lag in what I'm doing? All right, I'm wondering. You don't have a lag, but there's a delay. And can you hear me fine?
Yeah, you're perfectly fine.
But my camera is lagging.
Yes, it is.
Why is that?
I do not know.
So I'm here, but the picture is off.
Well, I mean, it looks fine to me, but let me turn on my other screen. Let me see if it's doing it on the other end.
Potentially is. Because I can see it catching up, but I don't know. Maybe. All right, let's go to. Hold on. If I. Can I. Okay. Can you still hear me? Yep.
Yep.
So. And if I reset it. I'm trying to move my head to see if it moves as fast as. And
well, you could always pop out and then pop back in and see if that fixes it, because it might be a buffer issue.
Yeah, well, you mean leave the studio?
Yeah, just click out of this, go back into the dashboard, and then click back in.
Well, won't it end the broadcast if I leave the studio?
No, because you remember the chats we used to do behind the scenes after the panels? I would leave. It would still be active.
Okay, hold on. I'll be back. Well, hopefully.
Oh, well, so now it's my show. And go to H&E Toys. Oh, okay. You figured it out.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So what does it look like? No, it's still lag. So
it's a slight lag, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably my Droid cam who's acting up. So
oh, you have it hooked up to a cell phone.
Yeah. Well, that's it, you guys. You have me on slow-mo so you can, have your dream sequence from Baywatch. Okay, just tell the guys and whoever is going to watch this maybe later, what are you planning with TF Review or with all the combined YouTubers?
Okay, so what Raz, myself, Danny Dolphin, and TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, is doing is a news program that is, to give you examples, Tech Quickie, Atlantis Tech Tips, IGN, The Fix. It's that, but for Transformers. And the only real difference, other than some short headlines, is that our segment producers, including Raz here, who's one of them, will produce 5-minute segments to go after the news that talks about a relevant issue involving Transformers. Ideas that I have right now, it would be nice to get something on a discussion about yellowing. I don't have any figures that yellow except for the shoulder of my Spike figure. But that would be a topic worthy of discussion. I produced a segment on class size discrepancies over time. TFA is doing a segment about evolution of character design. And so Danny is going to be the regular host. And
take care, Ben.
So we're looking to start doing it in beginning of March. And of course, Bacon has given us permission to use Tformers,
yep,
as our primary source. So that's basically be that. About 2 years ago, when the pandemic first started, Bacon and I were talking about doing something kind of animated, but we couldn't find a good sound wave voice that modulated well enough that people would be like, okay, that's sound wave, but also be clear. So we scrapped the animated idea, and then I kind of sat on this And then end of last year, I put a general statement out to the TF reviewers. Anybody be interested in this idea? And as I said, Raz, TFA, and Danny jumped on board. Oh God, yes, I love the Ninja Turtles. It was Transformers and Ninja Turtles. Anyway, because I'm reading what David said. Congrats, David, on the giveaway. I actually didn't know that was the figure he was giving away, and so I jumped in on it. But I already have that figure, and it's a great Cyclonus is a great figure.
It's a great mold. Yes, I have the Kingdom one. Actually, what I did, where is it?
And why he's looking for that. So yeah, we're looking for more segment producers. We have a chat where we're gonna go through scripts and stuff. So it's something that I think will be interesting. It'll be the weekly news roundup, less than 15 minutes in length, between 5 and 15 generally. I think is the safe space.
Yeah, so we do like a minute each, maybe.
Well, I think because the way I spoke, the way I had it planned was that's 250 words per news segment, and then 5 minutes at most for the editorial segments, which you and TFA are producing in addition to myself. So it basically would, if done right, about 10 minutes each episode. And I think that is the sweet spot for news stuff like that. Because I based on what I've seen from IGN does as little as 3 minutes. Linus Tech Quickie does like upwards of 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So I feel like we're in the sweet spot time wise. Plus, I would also do I would be producing some shorts to help promote them.
Okay.
And because I when you had Deluxe on, I'd mentioned on my own channel, I am not even the #1 reviewer. It's Ugly Wretch has the most views for his for his knockoffs. And Moose has the most views for his Metasaur short.
Chris. Yeah,
so see you, Chris.
I remember.
So I'm #2, and my #1 video, which is #2, is a Dragon Ball video. And so
that's super
I'm trying to find like I'm hoping this new segment puts me at #1 on my own channel. But what I have planned in addition to this is hopefully, if it does well enough, we'll spin it off to its own channel. And then the staff, everybody gets a even cut, and we don't have to worry about any outliers or anything. Because, I mean, I'm optimistic. I think it's a good idea. And obviously, Raz, Danny, and TFA do. Otherwise, they wouldn't have signed up. So I need 3 months to see if this works out. And if it does, we spin it off into his own channel. And I think it would be perfect. And what did you have? So you had a figure.
Oh yeah, no, it's just for Cyclonus. I have this guy, now he's not gonna show on camera because of the lag, but whatever. So I have this guy, but I got Artfire and Nightstick, so I just give him the Nightstick to go with Cyclonus, and then Artfire just setting by himself. I have something in the chat. Okay, Ethan Millis, did you see that somebody added you to group chats? Are you talking about Instagram? Because there's this freaking Instagram group chat that I have no idea. I don't recognize any of the names. I don't know where it's coming from, but it keeps popping all the time. And so I keep. So maybe you can put a quick description of what's the group chat about? Who is it for? Whatever. Because if I don't know what I'm being added to, I'm blocking most of the time. So maybe that's not what you're talking about, but let me know.
Yeah, whenever people add me to things like that, I normally just quickly leave, and then I think I already set in like Facebook, like can't add me to a chat without chat or group without my permission, because there was a while where people are just adding me to things randomly.
Yeah,
and I don't have time to be engaging in all these conversations.
I don't even know what's all I see is a bunch of people disconnecting. Like leaving. So I'm like, okay,
they're probably all getting invited too. I know that spammers have a habit of adding a bunch of people to chats, trying to convince somebody to spend money or whatever. Hey, you've won something. Why don't you give me your credit card information or whatever? So back onto the Cyclonus thing. Yeah, I got that Cyclonus. That is spectacular. I'm happy that Metal Hawk is built on him, frankly. Two, Rodimus Primal said, you know what? Get the other one. And for whatever reason, I was like, okay. I looked at the pictures. I like him better without the stickers. So I did not apply his stickers.
The toy color one?
Yeah. So I did not apply his stickers. I think he looks better without them. And I just like with the sweep, I like that they're different in color from, because you remember they're supposed to be the Armada.
Yeah.
So there are multiple figures of that same ship. So I like that I have two Armada ships and two sweep ships, you know. So I like, yes, Metal Hawk is freaking awesome. They made so much positive change, but you can't even tell it used to be Cyclonus.
Yeah, but I think is it New Age? They have a Cyclonus mold that they reworked into depth charge. That was on the Lux channel. That was amazing. So I don't know.
So, I was gonna say the other thing is you do the same thing I do. You produce content well in advance.
Oh yeah. I have a local sponsor, DJC Collectibles.
Right.
And Derek is a great guy. So basically any of my order just sits at his house or his warehouse, whatever. And then I text him and I say, okay, I'm gonna go pick up stuff. So then I have 15 bots on my desk. So I just shoot all the reviews and then I do all the toy hacks. And after that, I release content for whatever. Like right now, I have, well, you know what? Why not show it? Where's this going? If I go to my channel, then I'll leave the YouTube. Nobody's watching anyway.
My camera looked blurry to me, but I'm looking at the live stream and it doesn't look as bad. So it's very weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's my phone. All right, so let me present this screen, share screen, window, this.
Well, see.
All right. So that's behind the scene for everybody who's never did anything on YouTube. So right now, this is today, Michael Bell, right?
Right.
So now
you do a toy review as Velocitron Scourge.
Yeah, so I have Scourge, Dragon Megatron.
Yeah.
You know, they're all edited, shot, and everything.
Yeah, you're a little ahead of the curve than me. Yeah, I recorded all of them. I haven't edited a thing.
So
I have
that's until March 4th. Okay, so I don't. Okay, yeah, I didn't put it. But then here, you have this is all okay. So it starts here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos, toy hacks videos that are unlisted that I'm gonna use because basically these are not new figures. This is just toy hacks on Siege and Earthrise stuff.
So they're like filler content.
Well, that's the thing. I will use those as filler if I run out. Because right now I have like the toy hacks for Galaxy Shuttle.
Right.
And when I told Patriot Prime, because he posted, oh, this is the new stuff from toy hacks. So I'm like, oh, I just ordered this one. And he's like, I wish I could order them, but I can't find the figure. So now I really want to get this sticker set done and shot as quickly as possible. Because if I can get a review of a Toy Hacks decal he doesn't have, then that's going to drive more view. But at the same time, I love PPR. And I don't want to undershoot him. I'm not trying to get ahead of him. But
I mean, he has that balloon money. As you saw, he was advertising.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be okay. Because I had mentioned this in the comments. I used to be all about being first, and I was able to do first reviews on a couple of things because I got lucky in Cleveland. But now that I'm no longer making money because they demonetized my channel a couple years ago, I am not sweating it as much. Yeah. So if and when I get back to the new requirement to monetize, then I'll sweat it. But now there's a whole lot less pressure. So I mean, for we're both in our 40s. So yeah. I would like to say to you, don't stress over the small stuff. Like,
oh, I gave up the idea. Like, yeah. Okay, what I think. Okay, this guy here. Okay, when I got him, it was out of the blue. I was expecting him 2 months later. And then DJC sent me an email. He's like, Sludge is in. I'm like, oh, shit, I'm picking it up right now. So I went, picked it up, got home, did a live stream with Brian from TF Fan Page 101. and I reviewed him live because I was so excited to be the first, because it never happens. You know, it's like Lone Dragon. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he did. He was the first one in this community. Because I mean, there's not one Transformer community. There's different.
Oh, I know. I saw
know.
another one. They got to Metal Hawk first. I was like, dough.
Yeah,
3,500 views when I looked this morning.
So Lone Dragon did his review of Blaster. Nobody even saw it in stores or anything. He just popped up with a Blaster. I think he's at 4,000 views. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, because I found 2 blasters early. PPR said to grab him one if I saw it, and I did. But coincidentally, he also saw it, so he got it the same day locally. So I was like, okay, I returned the second one.
Okay.
But to David's question, Dragon Megatron, I had no intention of getting, but oh my god, he's spectacular.
Oh man,
I don't know if you can see him behind me.
Well, okay, let's flex. Sorry, David, I don't want to, but yeah, I picked this up. I think after I saw your review, and then I saw Patriot Prime's review, and I saw everybody's review. I'm like, screw it. And he's freaking amazing.
Because we all knew going in he was the T-Rex mold, but the changes they made are just chef's kiss good. And I expect the same thing from Metal Hawk from Cyclonus' mold. I expect nothing less than just perfection. As far as Blitzwing is concerned, Blitzwing was okay. He got a lot of dong happening. Mine actually came in with a bent up peg on the side. I had to fix it and glue it. But otherwise, it's fine. It's a Blitzwing, but he's just a whole lot of back panel that comes off real easy.
I've been waiting for this guy since I got my Astro Train, and I'm disappointed. I really was, and I don't disappoint easily. Like most of the figures that people say, "Oh, it's crap," blah blah blah. It's and I'm like, "Oh man, this is awesome." But
I like him, the new one, over the Titans Return version, but it's still not my ideal Blitzwing.
No. So maybe they'll redo another one. And this one was Legacy. Maybe they'll do a studio series.
Ooh.
But that's the thing now. Everybody wants a Devastator from Studio Series 86, and every time I see that, I'm like, just get Jin Bao. It's freaking amazing.
So Lone Dragon.
Talk to you about my contribution to your stuff.
One sec, Lone Dragon, to answer your thing, my Walmarts have Galvatron and Blitzwing. That's all. Whatever wave that is the current wave they have, plus Velocitron. So, and they also have those 3 horror bots, whatever, the limited exclusive ones they've had. That's literally what the Walmarts are in this area. Okay, go ahead. What's your idea?
The idea is because it's a news segment and everything, but because of as in my schedule and everything, I do everything all at once, right?
Right.
So I was thinking, and maybe we can discuss it, but I wanted to do a segment for a minute that would be who voiced it better.
Oh yeah, I think you did mention that to me. Hold on, let me load up the doc for it. Don't mind me, I'm just loading up docs.
Yeah. But I think I want to do something like, okay, at the end of the pilot episode of G1, you have Optimus that screams, Megatron! And then in season 1 of Beast Wars, you have Optimus Primal that does the same thing, Megatron! And then, so I want to do okay, so who did it better? So I'll do a short, and I'll present both, version, and then people can vote in the comment. But can I use that same short like a month later on my channel?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's what I'm gonna do. So
okay, so yeah, you have it here, same role, different voice actor, Raz. So you'd already pitched it to me, and I thought it was a good idea. So yeah,
I wasn't sure. So.
Yeah, because I did my segment, and then TFA is supposed to do his. Basically, what I'm going to do is whatever one seems more. We'll decide it in the chat. Whatever seems more relevant to whatever the news topics are, we'll put that piece in, whatever, and then just follow along the pattern until we go through or exhaust them. And hey, there might be weeks where we don't have an opinion piece, an editorial. That's fine too. Yeah. Just long as the runtime is again between 5 and 15 minutes. And I'm also hoping that because as the staff has people who can read English, that maybe as the script is run through, people go, oh, okay, this needs to be fixed. So it also provides you, it basically makes everybody a copy editor for everything.
Right.
And as you've been seeing, I've been throwing everything into the Google Drive. So if there's any commentary, everybody has an opportunity to look before anything is actually used. So if that makes any sense. I just
join, man. I sent you the link. you just freaking got here. I'm not done until another half hour. I would love to be able to thank you for everything you did to me face to face.
That sounds dirty. What did he do to you?
He's been a great help at promoting my stuff, you know. So I like that. You just missed Deluxe and Kato, and you know what? It's been such a cool thing to have these two because I've been trying to get them for a while. So, and I think this is the first time you're on my channel.
Me?
Yeah.
Or him? Oh no. I think I was on your channel one other time.
Who the hell is? Okay, hold on. Did somebody leak my address? No, not here. We don't.
Like that would require doxing somebody. Oh, okay. So Input will be joining in about 5 minutes.
All right, cool. That's cool. So
hey, David, I've been meaning to ask because you do watch a lot of my content, and then you're one of my big people on my both my videos and on my Insta. Where do you live? Because you use the word bloody, and I want to assume England.
No,
because you keep saying
Canada.
He's from Canada. Okay,
Toronto. I could do a drive in 4 hours to John C. there. Why? What's your address? There you go. But yeah, I could deliver this. It's sealed, by the way. It's brand new. I didn't even open it. So if it's broken, it's not my fault. But I think it's nothing shaken, so you're good.
No, I'm a fan of telling people, hey, if you give me your mom's maiden name, your social security number, and date of birth, I'll check on that for you.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh, finally, my camera focused. Thanks, camera. Where were you last week? Well,
yeah,
1080p.
So that's what I'm thinking. So I think I'll take a day off from work in February, and I'll just shoot a couple. I don't know if I want to put my face on it because I see a lot of shorts where it's just, Star Wars shorts. So did you know that Obi-Wan Kenobi actually was in love with Padme Amidala, and it's just. And I don't know how to get away with it for copyright strike because they have like 20.
Oh, Disney. The company I work for is litigious, but Disney is pretty bad too. So
yeah, but the thing is that Star Wars, they'll use, but they won't do like a 1 minute scene. They'll do 15 8-second scenes to do their short. So it's technically common, but because I remember Rodimus Primal got canned for. One of his review he had to reshoot because he did 5 different scenes from Transformers the movie. Oh, here he is, the N-PUT input.
So yeah, because you mentioned that I did that short with Starscream gets destroyed by Galvatron in the movie, and I cut it up and hopefully to avoid the fair use police. Still got flagged. That video actually, if it ever become profitable, would never make any money, and I refused to edit it.
Yeah.
Hey, Input, what's up?
Not much. Just finished a dinner with the in-laws and just got home.
Fun. You didn't see my display behind me. It has my dark saber, my sonic screwdriver, and my phaser.
I did actually. Yeah, I don't have Instagram on my phone anymore.
Why?
I don't have it on my phone either. It work is frowns upon it.
If you don't have an Instagram, you have to open a messenger.
No, I don't want. No,
I don't want people messaging me at work.
Well, yeah, but then I have to because I tried to reach Input and he's not there. You know what? I'll email you my phone number and then we can text.
All right, that sounds good.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
So that brings up an interesting question because Danny and I were texting. How much does it cost for an American and a Canadian to text and or talk on the phone? Danny, I think this text just cost me $20. I seriously don't know.
Well, I have unlimited everything for Canada and Mexico, so it's not costing me anything.
Yeah, I don't know what I have.
Unlimited text. I'm not sure. I'll know what.
I'm on a family plan. I don't even.
I mean, we won't text that much. I'll just have, if I need to invite you something, I'll just.
1:30 a.m. Raz sends message to Input. What you wearing?
Yeah.
Input responds, nothing. What you thinking? Raz responds, I don't know. What are you thinking? Half hour later, what are you thinking? Half hour later, what are you thinking?
No,
always
you
gonna go
hang
badly.
up first.
You
You
no,
hang up
because
first.
you mixed Deluxe was on earlier, and I made the point that we were a Canadian and a Southerner. This conversation will never end because nobody's willing to hang up.
It's potentially, yeah, that could happen. So, but just to catch you up, David won the Toy Color Cyclonus.
Oh, nice!
So,
Congratulations,
yeah,
David.
I'm happy for him because I know he's. It's hard for him to get new figures. So, but
Okay, input.
He's been lucky.
So we were talking about this. What is your thoughts on Metal Hawk using that mold?
I honestly, I think the shoulders. I don't understand why they stopped at the shoulders because the shoulders look very Cyclonus-y. The other thing is too, I don't understand because the G1 transformation of the figure was just stupidly simple. I think it was like maybe 6 steps or something along those lines. So I don't understand why they couldn't have done just an all new mold for it. But I will say, with all that said, the bot mode looks really good. It looks a lot better than I thought it would. Whenever BBTS leaked them, and they only had the close up shots. Yeah. I think it looked a lot. I think it ended up looking a lot better than I thought it would using the Cyclonus mold.
I'm just waiting for mine to get delivered. That and Twincast. I'm just super excited about it. I just think like I have no intention of collecting the bad guys that came out because I wish everything was in scale.
Yeah.
Like I get why they're core and why the one and the Skullgrin's a deluxe. I get that. It's just
I don't.
I get the monetary viewpoint of it. Like lesser characters get a smaller figure, but it was just I kind of wish they would have. Again, Japanese anime versus the American G1. I get it.
Well, my thought is, truthfully, I don't understand why they're all different scales. I can understand with Voyager and Deluxe being so close in scale nowadays. I can kind of let it pass that, a Voyager and a Deluxe, okay, whatever, I can let it slide. But the Legend scale, the core class stuff being as small as they are, that it just doesn't make sense to me at all. And Skullgrin should be bigger than Metal Hawk. And
he's a Voyager now. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Skullgrin was just a trash figure. Like I think because of the attachment I had to the idea or the memory that me and my cousin used to play with the Pretenders, because we both got them on Christmas and we didn't have commercials. We had like 2 English channels, so we didn't pay attention to commercials.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't. So I never knew what Pretenders were, except my grandmother arrived with it. It's a shell. There's a transformer in it, and you transform into a tank. So me and my cousin, we were just like, okay, these shell, they're holding the ultimate weapons. Like that's why that has to be it. Like they're hiding the ultimate weapons. So we would have like battles, and then eventually they would just rip the ultimate weapon and just destroy everything. So that was the thing. So, and then you get that thing. But that's, I don't know if David's still in the chat. But anyway, my figure's tucked away. But you could, if you look at a certain way, the alt mode, it kind of looks like a snowmobile. So we were hoping that they would retool it as a crossover with Snow Job from G.I. Joe. And have Skullgrin as a snowmobile. But I was just something stupid.
I was going to say, speaking of
really cool
Sergeant
idea.
Slaughter,
yeah,
the Sergeant Slaughter crossover, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, his tank, yeah. That was one thing. Everybody in my town that like my little village that collected G.I. Joes had that tank. Everybody. And then when we saw the episode where he rolls down and just kicks everybody's butt and then just yells at Hawk saying, we're going to put you back into shape and everything. And then Hawk's like, oh, thank you. Every G.I. Joe starts running and he's like, you too. And then Hawk just goes. I'm like, man, this guy he's awesome.
But if you think about it, this is going to be a WWE /G.I. Joe /Transformers crossover.
Yeah.
No,
It is.
because he owns Slaughter owns the rights to his likeness, and owns the rights to
Yeah, he probably had to
all of
acquire
that.
that after that.
Yeah.
But I know spiritually. And now, Input, you were going to say something. What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, but Slaughter, the rumor for the longest time was that the wrestler took the persona from the show. And then you find out, no, G.I. Joseph said, hey, we should ask Sergeant Slaughter if we could use him for a character. I don't know if he voiced it, though.
Yeah, apparently Slaughter was actually Sergeant Slaughter before he even joined WWF.
Yeah,
apparently it was a gimmick he was doing for what?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, it was a gimmick he was doing for another wrestling organization.
Yeah. Well, back then it was not. It was uncommon for a wrestler to switch persona, like pre-WWF. You know, basically that's what I understand from all the. I used to watch a lot of.
You played your character, your gimmick or whatever,
your whole life,
and then whenever you switch towns, like if you were a wrestler in AWA and then you went to like NWA or something like that, then you could possibly switch, like become a new character or something. But you also ran the issue of if you're doing like Mid-South and then South, you probably wouldn't switch characters because there's going to be some bleed over there. But if you went from like Mid-South to Stampede Wrestling, you would most likely switch just to kind of, mix it up a little bit or something like that. But for the most part, a lot of people didn't change. That's why people were so hated whenever they would change. Like if they went from a good guy to a bad guy, they started getting death threats in the mail because the fans were really invested in this stuff, and they would, they would believe in you, everything that you would say, defending America or whatever it was, whatever your character was,
Probably the greatest wrestler that came out of Quebec in the 70s, maybe early 80s, but before that, I'm talking black and white, TV wrestling, was Mad Dog Vachon. Like
crazy.
That guy was huge here, but he was a villain. He was a heel, such an ass. And there's rumor that he actually ripped a guy eyes out one time. Anyway, and him and his brother, their gimmick was blood, because back then that was allowed. And then they did all the, but they went to the United States. They were, and they did like a tour and everything. But even then, people would just start loving, somebody could become your villain. Like that's that. And then he's a legend. They actually did in Quebec. They did a documentary on his brother, who I can't even remember his name, but like what he does now. Basically, he's like 92 and he's still touring the conventions for wrestling, and he's like one of the most respected because he's that old. And it was just fun to learn how they got into wrestling back then. Like you actually started doing wrestling like Greco-Roman wrestling, Olympic wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually you went, professional. And but it was all different little association until Vince McMahon came around and took over his dad for his association and just went public, and he actually broke a lot of rules where you don't come and pick a wrestler from another circuit and bring it to yours, but he did. He stole Hulk Hogan like that, and a bunch of wrestler, but these people were doing their gimmicks forever. Like I read an article, Honky Tonk Man, 20 years after his run in WWE, was still going around saying that he was the biggest, toughest intercontinental champion that ever was. I'm like, dude, you stuck to your
okay, so we're apparently losing Chauncey, and I just wanted to say one thing, because a lot of wrestlers rebranded, but they were still the same guy, like The Rock, Rocky Maivia, then he became The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan. But the one that really got me was Owen Hart when he became like, he was like multiple different characters. It was also himself, that was the first time I ever saw like a main wrestler decide to do a persona. It was very weird.
Owen started as the Blue Blazer because when he started, they didn't want him to use his name because Brett was getting bigger. So they didn't want him to just be in the shadow of Brett, or he didn't want to be in the shadow of Brett. So he just was the Blue Blazer. But then after that, when Jim and Brett separated the Heart Foundation, Jim went with Owen, and then they started the new foundation.
I remember that.
Well, there was a stick. So Owen had a singles run in WWF in the late 80s, early 90s, and then it didn't really last too long. And then he went to WCW for all of like 2 weeks, a month, or something like that, because they were basically like, we don't have anything for him, we can't do anything with him, and Owen just kind of was like, he felt like he was floundering or whatever, and so he went to go to give WCW a try, and like I said, that was like 2 weeks to a month, and then he went back to WWF, and that's when the like the Jim Cornette Yokozuna stuff started with Owen, and the new foundation kind of stuff, and this was after like the new foundation, and he started the rivalry with Brett, and he had the WrestleMania 10 match and stuff.
Yeah.
And
then I didn't like the whole gimmick of him and Brett not liking each other, and because Owen, as much as I love Owen, he was such a bad actor. Like when they were doing their gimmicks, you knew he was reading from a script, and he half the time he screwed it up. But I loved Owen because I prefer the technical wrestlers like Chris Jericho, Bret Hart, all those people. So Owen, at one point, they kind of didn't know what to do with him after Bret left to go to WCW.
Well, and I'll say this too: when they did the Bret Hart, when they did the Montreal screw job, and and everything, and Owen Hart had a run with Shawn Michaels, and he was trying to do like the Revenge for My Brother kind of storyline or whatever.
Yeah, but that didn't work.
No, it didn't work because I feel like they didn't push it. They didn't do a whole lot with it after that. And then that's when at the Royal Rumble he started doing the feud with like The Undertaker, and Michaels started doing like the thing with The Undertaker, and then hurt his back and all that stuff. But they really had an opportunity there to do like one last hurrah with Owen and Shawn, because they were rivals from like 95, 96, and Owen's the one storyline wise that gave him Shawn the concussion in the ring, made him pass out with the Enziguri kick, and stuff like that. So there was a rivalry that they really could have built upon, just like the same way they did with Brett and Shawn. They could have done something similar with Owen and Shawn, and they missed it out. They missed out on it.
They did. It was. I remember when they started doing, because after he did all these things, and then Brett left, and then they started him and Deborah McMichaels and I think Jeff Jarrett. They were starting to do the like the Blue Blazer was coming back, and sometime it was Owen, but then at one point there was a black Blue Blazer, and that was actually supposed to be the comeback of Coco Beware.
Yeah, and I know Jeff Jarrett was in the suit every now and then too.
Yeah, exactly. But they all hated it. Owen didn't want to do the Blue Blazer crap. He didn't want to, and then that's what got him killed.
Yeah, I was gonna say Princeton Phalix 59. It's like that is a unsecured tether line. Yeah, this is a lesson you learn hard.
All right, take care, David. I'll get in touch with you for the shipping and stuff.
He said he messaged you his address.
So
yeah.
All right, that's cool.
Well, and I think the worst thing about the Owen Hart was it's always been on record that he was only wrestling just to earn enough money to take care of his family and then retire. Like he wanted to retire early, when he was like 40 or whatever, and then just live a life with his family, vacation, whatever, because he had made so much money. And it was like that's what he wanted to do, and then he dies the way he dies. And it's just like, damn, like he loved wrestling. He had a passion for it, but if he just wanted to retire to be with his family, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's so heartbreaking of a
situation. After that, I hate Vince McMahon for many different reasons. He's a great businessman, but I think he's an asshole. And at the core, to try to, like everything that he did that we don't know about to keep people in and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of. I don't hate him, but I'm not a big fan of Vince McMahon.
Well, I mean, he's about to lose his company. It looks like so.
Well, he's already out, right? Like he's no longer.
He came back, and his daughter quit, and I guess now he's trying to sell.
Yeah, but then it's, and I don't like the new wrestlers, the new type of wrestling. I'm not into it. It was like the Attitude Era was when I heavily watched it. Monday Night Raw, Raw is War. Thursday SmackDown. That's when I watched a whole lot of wrestling, and I knew every wrestler and I loved it. And then after that, maybe 5 years ago, I started watching a lot of Shoot Interview. I don't know why they call it Shoot Interview, but whatever. And
because shoot means it's non-kayfabe. It means you're telling the truth, like you're shooting on the guy.
Okay. And then I watched a lot of Bret Hart. And it kind of rekindled my love of Bret Hart because he was one of my favorite athletes when I was a kid. Even his freaking stupid music video he was in, I loved it. And
the Bret!
Yeah, and then he's like, when they find him sitting, like on a table, he's some kind of like super prized weapon, an android or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they free him and then they escape. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? But it was just, I love Bret Hart. And so I watched a lot of interviews he did with, and I learned a lot of stuff from the era before, like the 80s when he was first time champion. Then when he won against Ric Flair. And then after that, Hulk Hogan came back and then he lost the title and then all that stuff and everything that, but in the Shoot Interview, there's a lot of people that just freaking hate what everything happened. And then if you hear Scott Hall and Diesel, well, Kevin Nash.
Scott Hall's dead. In Kevin Nash, you mean?
Yeah, Scott Hall, is he dead? Oh yeah, I guess he is.
Died in heart surgery.
But Kevin Nash, they did interviews together, and people were talking a lot about what happened with WCW, and he's like, did Kevin get too much power at one point? And he's like, and Kevin's like, well, too fucking late now. It's like,
Well, because you mentioned that, and I realized I only buy the WWE games that have the classic, like the WWE packet, the New World Order pack and stuff, because I'm only interested in those older characters.
Yeah, like I haven't played a wrestling game in a very long time, but I prefer the older characters that but it's the same thing why we collect Transformers. It's nostalgia.
I don't think it's necessarily nostalgia. I mean, I think that plays a part in it, but I will also say that
it's hoarding.
Nothing. They took it serious, so you took it serious.
Yes.
They believed it, so you believed it. They made you believe it. Now wrestlers like everyone's in on the joke, but I will say this: my favorite modern day wrestler is MJF because he takes it seriously. Because not only is he playing the character in when he's out in the arena and he's talking trash and he's talking trash about the fans and you fat slobs here in Minnesota and blah blah blah. Not only is he playing it there, he's playing it and he's out in public. A little kid wants his autograph. He flips him off, tears the paper up, and throws it at him. He's making you believe in it all over again. Yeah. And and that's the thing is like a lot of these guys now, it's almost like they're going through the motion in their match. Okay, we rehearsed this spot. Let me jump over the rope and then you fall and blah, blah, blah. It's all,
Have you ever heard Bret Hart talk about building a match?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so amazing. Yeah. Like you think that they have like those couple routines, that they go through, and then you do the grab, and then you push back, you do the slap. But he could see like the whole match, and to tell him, like, a couple times when he fought Davy Boy Smith, was that like the bodybuilder?
Yeah, the British Bulldog.
Yeah, the British Bulldog.
Wasn't the British Bulldog his brother-in-law anyway?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. But one time, there's, they do, I don't know, SummerSlam or whatever. And
SummerSlam 92 in
and exactly. And then Brett is like, okay, so I have this whole thing planned out. British Bulldog arrive. He's high or fucking drunk, hangover, can't do shit. So Brett had to walk him through everything on stage, going, all right, now grab me, now do this, now do that. And it's like, how do you work in these conditions? Like, that's terrible.
And I'll say this about Brett. If you go back and you go watch I think it was SummerSlam 91 or 93, basically his match with Mr. Perfect. It's pun intended, it's perfectly executed. It's such an amazing match.
Because they were, I remember the commentator where the announcer was like, he had them on interview, and he's like, is this going to be what can we expect? You guys hate each other. And then Brett is like, well, we're third generation wrestler, and my dad beat your dad. And it was just back and forth stuff. Like, your dad didn't beat my dad. And they took it seriously. You believed that there was a rivalry there.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, Mr. Perfect, I really liked the perfect suplex that he did, finishing move. That was just very...
Have you guys been watching Young Rock?
No.
Wow, I have actually been enjoying it because you get a lot of behind the scenes. Obviously, it's some of it probably isn't as true as possible, but there's a lot of like things I feel like would be true. And the most recent episode was about Andre the Giant started wrestling, Pat Patterson started wrestling, and Rocky Maivia, or not Rocky, Chief
Peter Maivia.
Is starting wrestling.
Yeah.
So it's like I really enjoy the look behind the scenes because it interplays with stuff you've seen on the ring, in the ring. So it kind of fills in some blanks about what, and assuming again that most of it is true, I think it really does well for those of us who love the classic WWF.
I will say this: always, anything a wrestler tells you, take it with a grain of salt, because every wrestler is always trying to get themselves over with no matter how big of an audience it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So when you see the Young Rock episodes, there's probably some truth sprinkled in, but most of it's probably, blown way out of proportion or something like that, Yeah, just anytime. Like I said, they might be telling you the truth, but there's going to be an over-exaggeration with it.
You're always the star of your own story, right? So you want to look good and everything. So that's just, I don't think, okay, I would give as much faithfulness to the whole story as much as if, let's say, Norm Macdonald would have done a show about himself. Like he wrote his book, and I remember David Letterman saying, I was so looking forward to reading the biography of Norm Macdonald. And then after 3 pages, he's like, this is all bullshit.
Yeah.
And it just, but it worked, so I think The Rock, he's going to put, and the thing is that I used to love The Rock, like honestly, loved his movie, but then eventually he got too big. And to me, that just went like, I can see the arrogance behind everything, and I don't know. I'm over my Rock phase, I think.
Speaking of, apparently he's being blamed for the end of the DCEU.
Because
you know what?
Black Adam didn't do too well.
Okay. Also, he forced Warner Brothers to pay for Henry Cavill to come back.
But the problem now, James Gunn is such on a bad start right now, because he says to Cavill, we're not going to use you, which is fine. You don't want to use other material. This week, it's announced that he's backing Ezra Miller, whatever.
Ezra
the
Miller.
Flash.
Yeah.
And
Oh boy.
what's the other guy? Shazam.
Yeah.
He's keeping these two.
Because they're not intertwined in the rest of the universe, so they can't.
They are. Cavill was at the end of Shazam. And
technically, but he didn't show his face.
Well,
yeah. Oh no, it wasn't actually him. It was somebody in costume. Cavill was not in Shazam.
No, but still, I mean, and then but he was still in Black Adam, you know. So because Black Adam should have went against Shazam anyway. So it's just like why I understand
Zachary Levi.
Zachary Levi. I understand the Flash could be used because of the Flashpoint comics storyline. I don't know if you guys watch the DC animated universe a lot.
Yeah, I collected the entire 10 years of the 23 movies.
Yeah, well,
so yeah, they're taking it from the comic book.
If I take it from the DC animated movie Flashpoint, where the Flash resets the timeline, and at the end of this story arc, again the Flash has to go back in time and change something so that they don't all die because of Darkseid. So you know what?
Well,
but
it was the war between the Atlanteans and the Themyscirans. One of them launched the nuclear bomb that did. But yeah, Darkseid was involved in the animated story, but in the comic book,
I'm not
it was
talking about the comics. I don't read DC. I'm just saying the DC animated universe. It started with Flashpoint, where the Flash did something stupid. He has to fix it, and then you see Thomas Wayne as Batman.
Right,
and then it ends with Darkseid.
Justice League Dark Apocalypse.
Yeah. So that I love that storyline. So I'm thinking, okay, James Gunn, he wants to use, but the guy who does Flash, he's been in so much freaking trouble. Why don't they? I would have dumped that guy like a hot potato. Like, no.
Yeah, I think it's more of the, like the lady who was playing Mira in Aquaman 2, she got rewritten. But when it's the star of the movie, you can't necessarily do that in a movie that was already over $100,000.
I don't know, man. You can change out anybody you want to.
I mean, I guess CG is possible. Apparently, Ethan doesn't care about the DCU. Okay,
I'm gonna put you in a timeout.
We got way off target. We were talking about Transformers, I think, about a half hour ago.
I don't think kindly to rude comments. So timeout for Ethan.
But yes, Chauncey, fully agree. The DC animated universe was spectacular. Starts with Batman, ends with Justice League Dark Apocalypse.
Yeah,
in that specific timeline.
Yeah. So, but I don't get the actor. I would have dropped that, and then the whole Johnny Depp trial and everything.
Yeah.
So now apparently they are reshooting every scene with her with Emilia Clarke. I think that's been the biggest rumor, but the movie hasn't come out yet, so maybe we don't know.
We'll see when they launch trailers. Maybe we'll find out then. I'm not going to speculate because it sounds like they did remove her or at least CGI her over. But whatever.
Yeah.
I can't heard her.
I mean, you can't. I love Cavill. I love this actor. I think because he respects the fan and he respects the source material. I respect his integrity to just say to the people of The Witcher, okay, I'm out. You guys are not going to follow the story that's already established. I'm out.
Yeah.
I hate that he's leaving because I love The Witcher. I like his Witcher. I'm not going to watch it with Liam Hemsworth. Well, I'll give it a shot, but I don't think it's going to be the same. But so I'm going to keep, I love Cavill. I'm going to stay with that statement. So the fact that they drop him, but they're going to keep everybody else, potentially, it's bullshit. So DCU, to me, James Gunn, he's making mistakes, and he's going to backpedal at some point.
Well, I mean, let's see. He's
going to have to. The fans are not going to go watch another Justice League movie with Aquaman, Flash, and whatever, another Batman, and, keep all the same actor, but you don't have Cavill? Come on, man.
Well, I mean...
I'll be right back.
Huh. Yeah, because I think they're doing what the DC animated universe did in their movies, because after Justice League Dark Apocalypse, they shifted to a new not the New 52, that was New 52, to the Crisis timeline. So I think that is what James Gunn's goal is kind of the pivot with the Flashpoint until the new timeline, which is based on the newer comic books after the Flashpoint timeline.
Yeah.
And I'm not in for it. I mean, if the movies are on HBO, whatever, I'll watch them, but I'm not like right now I'm collecting the DC EU movies. And I collected the Batman animated series through the end, Apocalypse movies. But I don't think I'd be engaged in the post stuff. It's just not. I like the story they were telling, and I don't feel like I want to get invested in a new story.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the whole Snyder Cut thing. Okay, it was better for some stuff. It was worse for other stuff.
I bought the Snyder Cut. 4 hours long is a long haul, and I did watch it in one setting, and I appreciate a lot of it. I wouldn't have seen a 4-hour movie in theaters though without an intermission.
But there was a scene in particular with Aquaman when he saves the guy, and then he goes back on the docks, and the waves hit him. In the original one, it was like a heavy metal song. And then now in this one, it was like some classic bullshit. And I was like, oh, come on, man. You can't. Aquaman is metal. Like I love Jason Momoa has been one of my favorite actors since Stargate.
Right.
I love him. Nobody mentions that he was Ronin. Like he was small back then, like compared to his muscly self. But Ronin was such a good actor portraying him. Like that episode where he finds 3 of his kind, but they're Wraith worshippers, and he has to fight them and kill them. That was intense.
We're getting some deep sci-fi nerd stuff now.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm deep. Man, I'm gonna try to reach Inutabi to see if he wants to be our alongside input with the Star Wars Sucks gang. So
yeah, because right
Trek,
now,
yeah, Star Trek's trash, dude. I mean,
there you go.
Like, because I'm looking at the schedule. Like, Input wants to host on the channel. We just lacking panelists. Like, nobody's back in Input's play here. Like, which tells you a lot about how Star Wars does.
Do you don't know Papa Gord?
I do not.
Papa Gord, the Canadian Santa Claus. You've never heard of that name.
Isn't Santa Claus the Canadian Santa Claus? Isn't the North Pole in Canada?
No. No, it's not, but it's close. But he's huge on Star Wars. I can reach out if he'd be interested in.
Well, it's Input's channel. It's up to Input who he wants in his.
Yeah,
panel.
I mean that's totally fine. I mean, I don't really need help destroying Star Trek, but yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to come on and.
But I'm thinking I'll try to see if I can get Inutabi to.
Because Bill and Dennis want to participate on the Trek side with you, and then and then Input needs 2 more people.
Well, I have on my side I have Dennis and Ninja Bill.
Right. It's Dennis and Bill. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. And then we can. I'll see if I can get a message out to Papa Gord. And because he does a lot of live stream.
Yeah, Papa Gord and Inutabi. I'm gonna put them in here as tentative. Just so
Papa Gord, he's been on Patriot Prime and Kato's, and basically he likes to send stuff to people once in a while. So anyway, I almost met him at TFCon, but he got a flat tire on the way there, which I don't know if that's true. But so he didn't make it. So, but yeah. All right, so we got that. So I think I'm gonna go now because
real quick. When I jumped on, you were thanking me.
Yes. Oh, fuck,
for
man.
sharing, and I just wanted to say, I just wanted to say, it's not a problem at all whatsoever.
Dude, I want to thank you for the exposure because I've been on your channel a couple times, and I always get 1 or 2 subscribers each time. And so that's fun. And you've been plenty on my channel, and we have this whole gimmick about my sponsor, and I love it. And it's great. So I want to thank you for the exposure, but also for the friendship. Because I feel that if we were living next to each other, we'd be actual real life friends. So thank you.
Although if you were living next to him in Texas, we'd be wondering why you have a Canadian French accent.
Yeah, exactly.
Your accent would have a Southern drawl if you lived in Texas.
Yeah, I'm sure I could pull it off, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
Star
thank you,
Wars and Star Trek,
Princeton
Battlestar Galactica
Felix.
thing. Come on, that's not
Meeting
even
in the
close.
middle.
All right, Princeton.
You know what?
we're
Look,
gonna have
look.
another.
Hold on. Princeton. I gotta say this. Okay, hold on.
Oh man.
If it's in the early thousands Battlestar Galactica that you're saying is better, I can't disagree. I won't disagree. But if you're saying the original is better, we're gonna have a 3-way championship bout here. I'm gonna have to prove everybody wrong on their side, because if you're standing against the Star Wars side, then you're just wrong. That's
Yeah.
it. But
I don't know. I didn't watch Battlestar Galactica at all, but
I
no.
remember watching the original run when I was
Yeah.
little, but also not understanding what
Careful,
was
your
going
age is
on.
showing. But
Red Dwarf above it all.
yeah.
Red Dwarf is the best.
Yep.
I
think if we had a panel arguing Red Dwarf is the best, it would just be everybody agreeing.
I think one person would say Red Dwarf is the best. We would all go, uh-huh, and then the stream would be over.
15 seconds at best.
Okay, how many seasons of Red Dwarf? I'm gonna have to go
10.
10.
11. Do they do 11th? I remember they did the movie for one of them, and it was broken up into 4 parts.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch 10 seasons of.
Yeah, but it's over 30 years. With I think the
that's
longest
insane.
season having 8 episodes or whatever it was.
Okay, well maybe I'll give it a shot on the F movie.
I power watch because I stopped watching season 8, so I power watched 9, 10, 11 all in a row because my brother has Plex, so I just watched his DVDs.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll plan. We're gonna have to plan what we want to discuss in Star Trek versus Star Wars. Like,
it's
are we
very simple.
talking,
It's
like,
weapons. It's tech. It's ship designs. It's the characters, storylines. Like, I think we can all agree that Star Trek is a lot more Shakespearean.
yes.
Because and then Star Wars is a lot more kind of, what would be the word?
Post-apocalyptic.
Well,
I think that would be the word I'd be looking for.
In the word of Alec Guinness, the script was rubbish.
See, the thing with Star Wars is that it kind of, trying to figure out how to phrase it, right? Like,
Star Wars has multiple eras.
Well, it's not that it's that, I guess, but every planet, every character, every race, and everything is kind of unique unto itself, and there's this massive backstory behind every last little thing possible. And I'm not saying, like the Klingons don't have a giant backstory and a giant home world and this and their own anatomy and stuff, but now, and if I'm wrong, then forgive my ignorance on it, but I just feel like there's more building in terms of stuff like that. Like if you see an alien race for Star Wars,
there's more lore.
Yeah, there's more lore. Yeah. There's actual anatomy books of alien races for Star Wars and stuff, so you can see where like the heart's located.
I think there's some
and
stuff like that for Star Trek, but maybe not for everything. I think there's a lot of fanfic involved in the lore of Star Trek, but we're gonna debate all that. But I wanted to know if, like, are we talking a fist fight? Are we talking a fleet fight? Are we?
Kirk versus Vader? What? Yeah. Vader will kill Kirk. It's obvious.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stab with shiny light sword. Dead.
No, but Han Solo versus Riker in a titty bar. Think about it.
No, I was like, ship's weapons, technology, characters, and story, I think are the good 5 points to focus on for an hour-ish panel.
Oh, but we gotta have like one fight. Oh,
you want to do a versus mode?
Like we gotta have like fleet, like the Enterprise versus the Star Destroyer. How the Enterprise wins, or the
or how does the Enterprise not get blown up this time for the 30th time?
Well, yeah, maybe that. But then also
I'll put in there's versus mode.
Red shirts versus stormtroopers. You put them in the room. Who comes out alive?
Nobody hits anybody. It's like nobody's hitting a target.
Real quick, Princeton says, input is a diehard Disney Star Wars fan. You got me. You got the tater. Number 2, something that's extremely overlooked in Star Wars. Okay,
Yeah, we gotta have this one too.
something that's extremely always overlooked in Star Wars is one line in Episode 4, and Darth Vader says he wants them alive in regards to Han, Luke, and Leia, the Falcon, and all that stuff. So, by design in that movie, the stormtroopers are missing on purpose, and you hear them say, you know, set your guns to stun. So, if a bunch of red shirts and stormtroopers were in the same room, the stormtroopers are going to annihilate those red shirts and be done with it.
Lone Dragon. How about Worf versus Chewbacca?
Oh, dude, Worf's going to rip Chewbacca in half.
Really? I figured a 7-foot tall Wookiee. Come on.
No, man. Worf, come on.
Nah.
Maybe Tarful, but not Chewbacca.
Chewie.
Yeah, I think Chewie would go for the balls, man.
Chewie.
No. Worf is such a great hunter, a great warrior. Like in a ring or in a forest. Because Worf is going to hunt him down like a bitch.
Well, if it was hide and seek, and then obviously Worf has tracking skills.
Yeah.
But you know what? Chewbacca used to be a bounty hunter, so...
Exactly.
Yeah. And we're going to get in the weeds here, and you wanted to be done with this 16 minutes ago.
Pull the plug on this guy, on this stream. So thanks to everybody in the chat. Again, David, congratulations for your win. I'll give this out to you this week.
Leia versus Troy. Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh, in Jello or mud? That. Yeah.
I'm okay with either.
Yeah.
As long as it's the young version of the both of them.
We need a fan edit of that. Okay.
This is super sexy.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So porn music on.
Thanks. I want to thank Kato and Deluxe to show up earlier. That was great.
Also, Rodimus Primal and Inu Tabi for popping in for a sec.
Oh, yeah. That was well, Inu Tabi I kind of invited last minute, but Rodimus Primal, I knew his wife. I think him and Patriot Prime's wife share a birthday because that's both the reason they gave me. So
or they have the same wife.
I don't think so. I've seen pictures of both, and they're pretty different.
Plot twist.
You know what? Raz has a girlfriend and a wife. He totally admitted it early in the.
No, it's the same girl. It just it's a trick, man. You tell people that she's your wife. Nobody asks you, when are you getting married?
There's no follow-up questions.
Exactly. She's my wife. If she's the mother of my child, you're gonna get a hair full.
Okay, see, Lone Dragon is writing the script for the debate. Like he's literally just putting them all out there.
Spot versus BB-8. Oh, come on, man. Spot's a dangerous guy. Worf was afraid of Spot. Come on, man.
I will say BB-8, dude. He'd just get kicked into the ocean and be done with it.
Exactly.
What a stupid design for a droid.
Yeah, it made no sense.
Yeah. I mean, on the plus side, he does have balls.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Dude, that's just a dad joke. Okay. So thanks everybody who showed up. David, congratulations on the win. Anthony Input, thanks for that. I guess the second part of the stream. It's always nice to talk to you guys. So what's my ending? Oh yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. If you did, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Also leave a comment. I love reading those. And remember, nothing in life gives you a right to be an asshole. Take care.